buttons. Oh, we're
I
live.
got it.
Okay, cool. Cool.
All right, welcome. Redneck Pimp here. Producing. This might be interesting, might not be interesting. As y'all know, I'm Redneck Pimp. Welcome back to the episode of Conversation with the Pimp. Conversation with the Pimp. Anybody can jump in. Anybody can ask questions. I think you can ask some questions. I guess the comments are already on. You ask a question, I'll answer it. We all know how this works. At first, since it's my show, I rant and then we discuss a random, stupid topic, whatever. All right, here we go. My first thing I got to rant about. In this country, we're worried a lot about the coronavirus pandemic, which, if you want me to get behind it, give me the true numbers. The numbers ain't correct. I can't get behind something that 98% of the population heal from. That being said, we also get a lot about racism in this country, and rightfully so. But racism is not as big as what everybody lets it on to be. You shut the media up, and it won't be as big. Does it happen? Yeah, it happens. But still, that's not the pandemic we all need to concern about. Every day, I turn on the damn TV. Every day, I turn on the computer, my phone, whatever handheld device I may have in my freaking hand. And I'm seeing somebody where a parent, a step parent, or some sort of family molest a child or beat a child unconscious. Now, understand something. I'm all for whipping your kids' ass if they need it. You know, if they're teenagers, I think you ought to throat punch every teenager because they're smart mouths. What I don't like, and I'm a survivor, I know, the molestation in this country's got to stop. That's the worst pandemic in this freaking country. And I tell you, you want it to stop? You really want it to stop? Here's what you do. You beat the shit out of a few of these guys. You beat enough of these men and women up bad enough they won't freaking do it again. I'm not talking about knuckle up like you do MMA style. No. I'm talking about you stomp a mud hole in their ass. For example, if it's a man, you let the wife or the mother or whoever is, whatever relation the female is to that child, grab that man and take a meat tenderizer and beat his dick in the sausage. Okay? Beat him in the sausage. Now, you're going to say pimp. A lot of it ain't about penetration. No, it's not. The study says a lot of it's about power. What better power than to take away his manhood? What better power than to take away her woman or her right to be a parent? What better way to send them to prison? A lot of men are afraid of prison. You pass them around like a peace pipe in prison. A lot of men are afraid of that. So you beat the crap out of somebody. You make somebody hurt, I guarantee it will work. They say, well, what do you mean? Well, I'll tell you what I mean. If you have a hot wood stove at your house, and you tell a little kid not to touch that wood stove, and you keep telling him, he's going, oh, what do you know? It ain't going to hurt. He walks up, burns his ass, bet me money he don't touch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Bet me he won't touch it again. So that was my rant. That's the pandemic in this country, abuse of children. I know I was on into that. I was physically abused, mentally abused, and I was sexually abused as a kid. It's a wonder I can write my damn name. That's why I got as big as I did. That way nobody, you don't rape the big guy. Okay, you know, especially one who's trained in hand-to-hand combat like I am. So that's my rant for that. Now I see a comment that says, "What's up, Richie? What's up, Tom? How you doing, brother? Welcome to Conversation with the Pimp. You can ask any question you want. That's what this segment is. Ask any question you want. I'll answer it. Today's guest is Mickey Severance. And again, anybody out there that can jump on, has the ability to jump on the StreamYard or whatever, you jump on. We'll have a conversation. That's what it's called, Conversation with Pimp. There's no right or wrong answer in this conversation with me, because I'm the judge, jury, and executioner. I don't like it, I'll mute you. That's the way it works with Conversation with Pimp. Mickey, brother, welcome to your very first Conversation with the Pimp. This has been many episodes. I used to do this a lot on my page. And then, of course, we got piss poor signal, probably bad signal again. I don't know. And we're gonna go for a little bit here, but we don't go long. It's not like a 2-hour show. This is just a small show. We rant, we do our thing, and we go. Mickey, welcome.
Thank you, sir. You are a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you. So
you had to come on here and cuss me out.
No, hey, the Lord is doing wonders with the 6 to 8 functioning brain cells still in here, buddy. So yeah. The pandemic portion. Okay. First of all, I'm not going to trust the scientists. The real scientists are they're the ones who are left in the lab to do their work. The ones who are running their mouths in front of the camera, they're not the experts. They're just the people persons. They're not the high-powered nerds. You know what I'm saying? And if we're 14 months into 14 months into 14 days to flatten the curve, I don't trust them. Anyways, I'm going to show you something real quick. This thing is old as dirt, but it still runs good. This is an engine, right? And on your car engines, they used to have what's called an EGR valve. Okay, they had an EGR valve, and what that would do, that would recycle some of the exhaust gas back in through the intake to be reburned. And when you wear those masks, it's the same principle in a sense. So these people were not trying to get this done as quickly as possible. They were screwing the. I don't know if they were screwing the pooch or this was on purpose, but I'm not going to wear a mask where I'm constantly rebreathing the exhaust gases, the carbon dioxide, because that's not good for you long term. Okay, that's one. For two, as far as this vaccine, we can get into the whole thing, whatever. But here's what I'll say about it. Normally, it takes 5 to 10 years to get it through properly, through all the protocols, all the studies. They ramrodded this through in less than a year. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You know why that happened? I'll tell you why that happened. Mm-hmm. Because coronavirus has been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. Go back and look at some of the old Lysol cans back when we were young. Mm-hmm. It said kills coronavirus right there on the dang thing. Now I know people say, what's different? It's a different strand. Flu. They have different strands of flu. Mm-hmm. I still get the flu shot. I'm going to tell you something. I've had the flu shot 3 times in my entire life. Mm-hmm. I had it once in the military because they made me get it until I proved it made me sick. Mm-hmm. Right? I got it again when I was in National Guard. I did one in the Marine, one in National Guard. I proved it made me sick. I never had to get it again. And finally, I had it one time when I worked at the prison. I was a prison guard. I got it. I got sick. 3 times I got the damn shot. 3 times I got sick. Have I ever had the flu? No, I've never had the flu in my damn life. I got this little thing called immune system. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you got an immune system, you're healthy. Now, is it killing people? People are like, well, it's killing people. Flu kills people.
Yeah.
Cancer kills people. Husbands who come home early from work kill people. Okay? Everybody, so what do? Ashley Rowan says, hi. How you doing, Ashley Rowan? Conversation with a Pimp. You remember this episode here? You remember this? It's Conversation with a Pimp. I think I froze up. Can you hear me, Mickey?
I can hear you just fine, yeah.
All right, I froze up. Anyway, welcome. Some of my fans have been watching. So those things are pandemic, but when they got terrible numbers, because here's the evidence about the numbers. The CDC said one thing. Mm-hmm. The New York Times said something else. Mm-hmm. You had doctors on national TV come out and say they were counting car wrecks. They were counting house fires. If anybody got into anything and died of anything else, but they just happened to have COVID, if they just happened to have COVID, they counted as a COVID death when it was not a COVID death. They admitted to doing that. So therefore, they admitted to lying. So those numbers are correct. But the child abuse, it's hard to figure out child abuse. Mm-hmm. Somebody in the family could be doing it. You'll never know it's being deceived. Or you got somebody that wants to mind their own business. No, my kid, I'm not worried about it. Well, it's a difference between disciplining your child and not worrying about it than molesting your child. First of all, it's fucking nasty. It's nasty. And I've said the F word. I can say the F word on my channel. It's fucking nasty. It's disgusting. It's sick. And whether you're a biblical person or not, I'm gonna try a little bit of biblical here for you. The Great Spirit says in His Word, it's something about if you do something bad to a child, it's better to have a millstone hung on your neck and throw in the river. Mm-hmm. Something, and I probably butchered that. One of the biblical scholars out there can let me know.
It's close enough. So, it's close enough. Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? It ain't good. It ain't good. Actually, Roland, we miss you guys too. I'm trying to get a show put on in Cameron, but that's another topic for another day. Everybody's getting checks to stay home. Nobody wants to work. I know people are not going to give up the money, but it's just June, Missouri, here in Missouri, they're going to stop handing out them checks to stay at home, that part of COVID. So maybe we'll get back to work, maybe get some venues open, and people get back on there and perform. You know I like to perform. I'm the funniest comedian alive today. Ask me, I'll tell you, and I'll make y'all laugh. Guys, just joining in. Welcome to a conversation with the pimp. I got Mickey Severs on today. Probably the king of ranting. He's the king of ranting on his show, the Harambe Keeper. But today he's on Pimp's show, so Pimp gonna do the ranting because that's how this works. But the child abuse, man, people got to say something because them kids are the future. What happens is when the kids get molested, they grow up. They turn into dysfunctional. They become between 5'11" and 6 foot disgruntled redneck who's got his own TV show who everybody thinks he's out there and weird because of that. My friend, my real good hunting buddy, my real good friend, almost like a brother to me, Rick Baldwin says they'd make more money if they got off their lazy asses. That's probably true. Wally Parker, how you doing, brother? Hey, brother, how you doing? Welcome to an episode of Conversation with the Pimp. Rick, you see I'm back on there. I'm doing it from my cab in my pickup truck. I don't know, because it's redneck and how I do the show. I just do this anywhere I can find a place. I'll do it underneath a tree if I can get signal. So, but right now my picture's froze up. Hope y'all can still see me and doing fine. I mean, I flipped Mickey off. Can you see that, Mickey?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, good. As long as you see it, that's good. That's all that matters.
Hey.
So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. But what do we do in this country? Those pandemics like that, Mickey, are being overlooked because of COVID, because of racism. Again, I'm not saying racism ain't a thing. Racism wouldn't be bad if they quit putting in the paper, for example, a white man shot a black man, or a black man shot up a bunch of black people. Black man shot a white man. How about Mr. Johnson shot Mr. Hernandez, or Mr. Smith shot Mr. Jackson? How about that?
Yeah.
How about a 49-year-old male lost his ever loving fucking mind and went on a killing spree? Stupid son of a bitch. Won't they put that in the headlines? You know. So Rick Bowen, rednecking. That's right, brother. You know how it is. You know, hey, pimping ain't easy. You know that pimping ain't easy. But these children, and Rick's got children. I've met his kids. He brought my hunting. He's met mine. Do I want to kick my kids' ass sometime? Yes. Are they grown kids? Yes. I got grandbabies. Loving them. You heard me talk about them 1,000,000 times, Mickey. Love them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do they need their butts whipped? Yes. Do they need somebody fondling them and get nasty with them? No, because that's supposed to be sacred between you and your mate when you're older. Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, I know people want to put Kentucky. It ain't. No, it's none of that. This is the simple fact that people are nasty and they need to be shot. Rick Baldwin says race baiting propaganda is all this is. Yeah, unfortunately, Rick. Unfortunately, brother, you're right. We've had many conversations about this. We've had many conversations about that. And same here. He wants his kids. Go ahead, Mick.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to say. As far as I grew up with an abusive Vietnam vet father. And yeah, I've been there, done that right along with you. And one time I got into it with him when I was big enough to get into it with him. I ended up either knocking one or both of his collarbones out of joint. And we didn't wrestle ever again. But no, as far as that's generational. Abuse like that is generational. All I'll say is once you read the book, you'll find out it goes back a couple of generations. I tell a story in there where my dad is in a bar after he rips his father off of molesting a child. He goes to a bar. He tells his buddy calls up my father to have him come to the bar to fix a car. It's in the back lot. My dad is standing off to the side where my father can't. His father can't see him. My grandfather walks through the bar. The bartender walks him out back. About 10 guys walk right out behind him. And the way the story goes, my grandfather didn't make it off the back porch. He was getting the crap beat out of him. He got beaten so bad. They called the ambulance for him. The ambulance comes, picks him up. A cop sees the ambulance leaving. The cop pulls into the bar, and they asked the bartender what happened, and the cop knew my dad, and they're like, "What happened?" And they both looked at him and said, "He tripped and fell, really bad." And the cop just looked at him like, "Okay," and he was like, "Yeah."
Wally Parker said molestation of a child should lead to castration. Period. It should. It should.
Amen.
But it ain't some. They say it's not really a sexual thing, Wally. They say it's a thing of power. Which I don't know what the fuck power you can have over a helpless little individual, who looks up to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And whether it's a boy or a girl, they look up to you for guidance, strength, and how to deal with situations. It's one thing dealing with a parent, who might be grumpy or an alcoholic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can get around a lot of that and things. But that molestation, man, that stays with you forever. And that's something in this country, we need to take care of that in this country. We need to quit messing around, quit beating around the bush. You want to toss some money at the molestations. Don't go to somebody's house because you think they're beating their kid and kind of find out they're not. First of all, if a kid reports you and lies, his ass should be punished. Because that's a serious thing. He should be punished. If because how many times you see it on TV where the law goes to somebody's house because he whipped his kid's butt, dad got in trouble, okay, just for a whipping, or take it the other effect, the law goes to the house and arrests you because you're not disciplining your children, okay, wasting all money doing that, but you got somebody over here who they didn't think was doing it, didn't care about him doing it, and next thing you know, he's in the paper because he's dead. Autopsy said he was malnourished, eating grass and cardboard to survive. I'm a grown-ass man, and that saddens me. I want to drive wherever that person is and beat the total living shit plumb out of them, okay? But we can't, because here's another side. Tracy Wolf, what's up, brother? How you doing, friend? Thanks for joining in. Rick Bowling, they only get one slap and a wrist and 5 years suspended. What the fuck is that shit? Our legal system is completely broken. Yes, it is. And here's the thing. We can't do anything about it as citizens because then we get in trouble. So, well, you're bullying that guy. You're picking on him. My uncle was going through the parking lot. This was back in the 80s. A man was knocking the shit out of his woman. I mean, he was throwing heaters like he was fighting a man, busting her all up. My uncle, I come from a redneck family on my mom's side. They're rednecks. They're outlaw rednecks. They will pound your ass if they didn't like you. They also drink beer with you all day long, okay? Normally my Uncle Deadeye would mind his own business. He walked to the park, seen it happen. He walked out, hit that guy so hard, it split his nose right down the center. Just split his nose on his face. Stomped him into the ground. The woman attacked my Uncle Deadeye for helping her. She attacked him. I grabbed her, picked her up, held her in the air. I just held her up in the air, let her flail and kick and everything. The cops came, arrested my uncle, arrested me. Turn around, took me to court. Now, we end up having a judge that says, I'm not holding these two gentlemen accountable. Are you kidding me? If more men act like this, we'd have a lot less of this going on. Case dismissed. I'm telling you what, our shadow was sitting there looking for us. We were gone so fast, we outrun our shadow. Okay, shadow's going, shit, before he changed his damn mind. Same thing happened to me. I got arrested for protecting somebody. Judge said, I'm not arresting this man. Rich says, I know him. Yeah. He's quite an individual. Now, so that time the law worked in favor. Several times the law has never worked in favor about that. Depends on who you get. And it's crap. Domestic violence in this country is bad, but them kids, man, we have got to do something. When you read just one case, freaking case, that's too many. And there's certain religious cultures, and I don't want to go all religious because this will cause a fight. There's certain religious cultures you can marry 10-year-old girls. There's certain religious cultures you can have sex with little boys. Certain religious cultures that believe having sex with women are just for babies. Having sex with boys is for pleasure.
That's actually I was in a prison. Okay. The rule that's on okay. All I'll say is there's a saying in that particular religion. It says, if you're on a road trip and you don't have a woman with you, go for the man. Yeah. And there's also on the other side of that same religion, it says you get 72 virgins and a beautiful young boy. So yeah, I learned, I can verify that from my time in the prison as a prison guard.
Well, all I want to tell you is that ain't gonna go around here. I got 11 grandbabies, and if I catch anybody doing anything with them,
Yep.
I'm just gonna tell you. I mean, you know, somebody better have some bail money because I'm going back to jail. I ain't afraid to go to jail. I've been in jail for fighting. That's a vacation. That's a vacation pimp. You to play cards and nobody's bitching. No, I take trash out. You know, nobody's bitching at me. So I'm not afraid to go to jail. Been there, done that. Got the evidence to prove it. Guys, we're here with. If you're watching this, we're here with Rick Baldwin and Chasing Wolf, Tom Woodruff, and a bunch of other. Ashley Rowland's on here. Special guest Mickey Severance from the Woe Entertainment. He's got a show called Harambe Keeper.
Harambe Keeper, yeah.
Almost lost my damn mind. The Harambe Keeper is on Thursday nights. He's one of our guests on here. Welcome to Conversation with the Pimp. Yeah, it's just going to get real. It is going to get real because that's what Conversation with the Pimp's about. And we talk about any topic, anything, anywhere. Today, I just happened to land on what are we going to do about child molestation in this country? What are we going to do about it? When I was a kid, all I was worried about was not becoming an altar boy. I didn't want Father Wink Wink. I didn't want Father Wink Wink looking at me. Okay, so I never was Catholic. I never got into that, so I didn't worry about Father Wink Wink. Now Father Wink Wink is the least of your worries, and it's the way we live. The way we live. I mean, who the fuck takes after sex selfies? After sex selfies.
That's just dumb. That's just dumb on a level that's right.
It is. And if I see a Catholic priest taking, after sex selfies with one of my grandkids, I'm gonna kill the little bastard. Okay. But guys, we're here with Ashley said, I'm just listening to you all talk. Goose in the house. Welcome, Goose. Thank you for joining us. Episode of Conversation with the Pimp. Decided to jump on here. I don't know if this is going to be a regular Monday night thing or not, but I kind of almost figured out.
It should be because it's healthy for you.
It may be. I'll talk to the wife and see. Kind of figured out a little bit how to run StreamYard. Not really, but kind of. I'll have to do it kind of more. Justin says, hang them all by the balls, then have a target practice with the pellet guns until they're dead. That's self-explanatory. Before we go, because I don't do these very long, these are just quick hitters, but I'm going to tell you something my grandfather always told me. And the man died when he was 93 years old. He was an Army veteran. 93 freaking years old. People say, what did your grandpa die of? He was 93. Okay, what did he die of? He was 93. But what killed him? He wanted to die. He was 93. Did it make a difference? He's 93. He lived a full life. If he wanted to die of prostate cancer, that's his business. Whatever. He was 93. Anyway, he always had a saying. And I've said this on W Entertainment. You catch me and Goose on there every Tuesday night, 5 to 7. Don't forget about tomorrow's episode. We're going to have comedian, my friend and comedian Richard Montano is going to be on there. He's going to take some time out to come on with us. And next week, we got some exciting guests. I won't say anything right now, but he's coming on. It's a way to help out the veterans. You can donate. You can help do everything you want in 2 weeks. But anyway, tomorrow we'll get with that. Richard Montano is going to be on there with us. Have a good time. My grandpa always said this. He said, I can help the community by getting rid of old houses and get rid of child molesters all the same damn time. He said, you take a male child molester, you put him in an old abandoned house, you nail his sack to the floor with the dullest, rustiest freaking nail that you can find. So if he lives, he gets infection in his balls. 2, you put an old, rusty butter knife just out of arm length from him. So he's going to stretch his balls to get to that knife. Then you catch the house on fire. So he's got to get out of burning death. You surround that house with rabid Rottweilers. Okay, you get them all fired up, starve them about 3 days, and surround that house. Then you put a fence where it's a tunnel where he has to fight through these Rottweilers to go down this tunnel. The tunnel has 2 chambers. First chamber is the dad in there. The dad who's taking martial arts lessons from Chuck Norris. Okay, and he just beats that guy to death, but he can't kill him. The dad can't kill him. Much as he wants to, the dad can't kill him. The dad just whoops his ass. Then he goes into number 2, Monty. Door number 2, Monty. That's what he chooses. The mom's in there with a meat tenderizer, and she just gets to beat the shit out of him with the meat tenderizer, however she wants to do it. She can kill him or let him walk. The choice is up to the mother. I'm thinking, damn, Grandpa, that was old school. That was definitely
That's creative.
old.
That is creative, dude. That is creative. I like that.
Hey, look, it stops the blight. The whole houses you got around the area. It takes care of that. It takes care of your pedophiles. But see, none of that will happen because we got people that are making these laws that are too damn lenient. Rick Bolton hit it a while ago. We set laws in this country. We want them to follow the laws in this country. But you give a guy 3 months, you give the next guy 30 years for the same offense. I don't care if he's got a lawyer and pleads it down. There's some things that a lawyer and a judge are like, you know what? I ain't giving it to him. Take it to the jury. Take it to the people.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this one thing. The problem of people in this country with all these lenient laws and all this, that what they allow, and the thing is, they hate God, but boy, they love to play him and be in control, and they act as tyrannical as they say he does. Maybe they need to read this and understand it. You know, okay. That I'm going to say it again. The Bible and this are the same thing. They're a manual for this. If we don't follow this manual properly, we break stuff. Molestation is evidence that we are broken and we're not following the manual properly. There you go.
My question to you is this, and my question is to everyone out there listening. Has it gotten worse over the years?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people say, well, it's only got worse because it's been reported because of the media. Hey, we've had newspapers around since the dawn of time. We've had media for a long time. We've had live media going on since the 70s, real good picture and tube. So is it getting worse or is it just media? Wally says, put his pecker in a vice. I got to scroll back down here while I was trying to read you, buddy. Put his pecker in a vice, take off the handle, leave a dull hacksaw in his reach, and lit the stick of dynamite out of his reach. That sounds very appealing, actually, to do to them people. Sounds very appealing. Rick, when I was LEO caught a man in the act, literally pants down, got 18 months, sent back home, the same house as victim, no registration, no nothing. Yeah. That makes my asshole feel like it's got worms. I just want to, because I can't sit still. It just drives me freaking nuts. Drives me freaking nuts. Well, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up like I always do. Redneck Pimp had a good time in the conversation with the pimp. Thank you, Rick Baldwin, Wally. Thank you, guys. Who else is in here? Ashley. Thank you, Justin. Thank you very much for coming in. Jason Wolf. Thank you very much for coming in. You guys are fans. I appreciate everything you do. We're just here to entertain you guys. Mickey, thank you, brother, for coming on tonight.
No problem, brother.
How'd you like conversation with the pimp?
It was cool, dude. You got to do this every week, because I got a good feeling about it. Do this every week.
I'll try to have a different guest on there. I can. I'll try to have a good old Wally. Yeah, thank you, sir, Rick, right here in the good old state of Missouri. Yeah, well, Missouri's got a lot of good things, but it's got a lot of messed up things too. Anyway, guys, Redneck Pimp. Catch me on W Entertainment. Catch me on with Comedy Vets if you're watching that. If you're watching them perform, I'll be on there. Well, every Tuesday night, on 5 to 7 on WO Radio Show. Wally says, I still need a shirt. Think you need a 3X, right? If you do, let me know. Comment. I think I got 2Xs. Anyway, Redneck Pimp. Check out my merch online. Find it anywhere. Close with this. Donald Dog Ahoy. Conversation with the Pimp. I'm out.
Later.